And I'm back with more Persona 5 Royal. It's been a busy week for me. I'm still in the midst of 2 straight weeks of working. And that means no streams and other bullcrap and things going on. But I can still record YouTube videos. And I'm still off camera because I want to have time to actually make it work. People have noticed for a while my green screen's been kind of... Well, I've noticed it, and I'm sure anyone's watching my stream. I tried to fix it, and the way it would work is I would change the lighting. My guess is I just need to change my lighting setup. Apparently, I've got the lighting rig. I just need stuff like white sheets or reflecting stuff or whatever, or just, you know, change stuff around and make sure it works better. My guess is that the way it's currently set up, my camera can't really show the green screen perfectly offset, and it's causing that little glitch in the corner. Again, it's not the most noticeable thing, but it's annoying to me, and I don't like that. So, when I get a chance, I will work on that. But for now, we'll stay off camera, because we kinda can for a while. Because last week was us defeating a god. Yaldabaoth, or Yaldabaoth, I believe, the god of control. But, after we did that, we learned we're not done yet, because Dr. Maruki created an alternate reality via the Odaiba Research Facility. Basically, all that talk about us, hearts and shit, allowed him to find a way to control the masses and grant them their desires and create an entire world where nobody's really suffering or painful or anything like that. This being a game, people are not, like, thrilled about it because it's taking their control away, taking their free will away. It's odd, but it's kind of a matrixy kind of thing, but it's also not, because, like, he's not malicious about it, he's not evil about it. He really does want people to just don't worry, be happy, which is not a bad thing. And even he is just like, I'm protecting myself from you because I believe so strongly in my stuff. We don't know why he's so steadfast on it, but, you know, you could say that he's wrong about it, but he has done some good, I suppose, in his own way. The not facing your own pain and just not like running away from it all, but changing someone's cognition so that they've never experienced pain somehow. It's not bad, I guess. It's not a terrible deal. But again, in a gameplay context, he's the villain in this thing. Because Akechi is alive. Because of that same bullshit. It's a reality-shattering concept because he's basically created another world where Akechi is alive. Futaba's mother is alive, or was. And he wants us to just have happy lives. Again, it's an interesting kind of thing where it's almost like Breath of Fire 3, where Miria wasn't the bad guy or bad god. She was misguided, I suppose. But you can understand why she'd feel that way, considering everything else around her is basically dead and filled with desert. And here we are rocking up to her Fortress of Doom and saying, no, don't do that, don't do that, it's dumb. In the same vein here, we're rocking up to some dude who's taken over whatever the fuck and given us whatever the fuck we wanted. And how he's done that, still yet to be undetermined. The other big thing is that Kasumi Yoshizawa apparently was never Kasumi at all. She was actually Sumire. And Kasumi was trying to cheer up Sumire while they were walking home from a competition, because Sumire is like, I don't want to be second best anymore. She walked in front of a car or a truck, like you do when you're not paying attention, and Kasumi unfortunately lost her life. Maruki decided to change it up so Sumire became Kasumi, and not too many people really knew that. Apparently we didn't know that. Apparently we were told that the principals had to follow the charade. I suppose the family did. Or he made it so that she wasn't aware that people knew that she was Sumire all along. So she played along with the charade. Again, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know. You'd have to interpret what you would consider good or bad. Do you consider, well, my sister died and I'm the reason for it? That's guilt trip you have to understand and take in. We also know that Lavenza's probably poking around somewhere because she was there when we woke up in this fucking world. We also know Morgana was turned into a human. A lot of shit went wrong. Or didn't feel right. The Phantom Thieves have woken up, I suppose, and Morgana's turned back into a kitty, and everybody's kind of hunky-dory for now. Maruki decided, look, take a month and realize what I'm trying to do, and realize if what you're fighting for is worth it to the entire world, because I'm allowing the world to pretty much not suffer. But without the, like, people under your thumb kind of thing, like they have no, like, concept of reality. It's just, this is a different version of reality, one where he takes into account everybody's misfortune and says, nope, we're not doing any of that shit. So, it's not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. It's a different take on, well, I'm a god of control like Yalabouth was, but I'm not basically erasing existence. I'm creating an all new one where everybody's hunky-dory, and I will do my best to do it. So, we've got a lot to think about, and we got a lot to do, but we need to sleep first. So that's a setup for everything. Yeah. So, next set of episodes are going to be me kind of working my way through to February. So that's going to take a while. But hey. Oh boy. Speaking of Lavenza, I knew she...
It's been quite some time.
Uh-oh.
We have finally succeeded in reaching you. You have been imprisoned once more. This time, not by the god of control, but a different entity, one who's bound you through your future. However, you held fast to your free will and believed in your bonds, allowing your friends to regain their own realities. You are on the verge of grasping a potential reality once more. Our meeting again now, within this place, is proof enough. It seems the time has come. We are merely beings who provide aid to humans as they carry out their will. You must be the one to determine the path and actions to take. If the will of rebellion still thrives within you, then we will surely meet again.
Well, I ask a question and Lavenza appears. Makes sense. Makes absolute sense, you would think. Huh?
Lady Lavenza told you that? We ought to tell everyone else that too. Let's all meet up after school.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Good morning. I'm sorry. I can't believe what I tried to do to you two.
Oh, yeah. In our haste to, again, this is a recap for people who may have not seen this episode. In Sumire's rage, she decided to beat the shit out of us. Or try. And she almost succeeded. But, yeah, she wasn't gonna.
I genuinely cannot apologize enough for what happened.
Also, gotta give her credit. She is, I believe Laura Post, she is playing this really fucking well. The difference between how she's doing Kasumi and Sumire is just very striking.
Oh, come on. There's no need for that. More importantly, how have you been?
Physically, I'm fine.
Yeah, I can see that. But that's not what you're worried about, I'm sure.
But mentally, to be entirely honest, I'm all mixed up. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with such things now. I'm going to need a little time to myself to think things through. I have to figure out what to do with myself from here on.
Yeah, Morgana, thanks for bringing that up. You really think Sumire wants to talk to anybody right now? I mean, ugh.
Time's up.
Happy New Year, you did your homework, right? Next year's all about college entrance exams, so better start preparing now. Oh, if you cause any trouble, it'll show up on transcripts, so behave yourselves, okay? Now, turn in your homework. Let's see who's on class today. Man. Never changes.
We have to choose our own path, eh? Nekochin had mentioned that we needed to determine what we'll do from here on out. It seems he was right.
We can't accept this reality, but that means we'll have to fight Dr. Maruki, right? That's right. We have to confront Maruki and steal his desire. In a way, it's business as usual for us.
Dr. Maruki is an adult with a warped desire, but that desire's just a wish for us all to be happy, right?
I admit, it's nothing similar to the desires we've seen in the likes of Shido and Kamoshida. The Phantom Thieves only change the hearts of evildoers. Dr. Maruki is quite different from our past targets.
Well, I think we already know what we gotta do. Haru's right. Dr. Maruki ain't a shitty adult at all. There are probably plenty of folks out there living all happy in this reality. Who knows? Maybe Dr. Maruki is actually doing the right thing. But we all still feel like this reality's wrong, right? We decide what's right for ourselves. That's what we all agreed on when we went after him in the palace. If changing Doc's heart fixes our reality, then I'm gonna do it. So somebody say something?
Yeah, Ryuji finally, after 100 hours, said something useful.
Sorry, I was just thinking about how right you are, Ryuji.
Yeah, do that more often. Stop being stupid. Like, this Ryuji's actually somewhat smart. Like Chie, where every blue moon she'd come up with something smart before kicking it back off into space by thinking about meat.
So we're going to change our target's heart not to reform society, but to acquire the reality we believe in. That doesn't sound bad at all.
Then it's unanimous.
Yeah, it's unanimous. I love unanimity.
Well, that means our next step is pretty clear.
Whatever the fuck word I was saying.
Right. Maruki said that he'd be willing to fight if we are too. It's safe to assume he's expecting us to infiltrate his palace.
That reminds me. You know that, reality bending stuff? Why is Doc able to do that anyway?
I've been wondering the same thing. Even if he was the top cognitive science expert, that wouldn't be enough for him to do all of this.
I mean, he did say it was kind of a power he was given, so it's probably the same as, like... Oh, God, what do I really don't want to spoil Persona 4 more than I have to, because I haven't... This isn't technically something I played on the channel, but assume, for lack of a better term, if you're watching this, you've heard about what happens in Persona 3 and 4, so I'll just say a bit of it. One of the characters basically gets the power to change things via the main god. So it's like they can kind of absorb shadows or use shadows in a specific way and change things to their whim. It's a different way of doing it, but again, it's more like maybe a god gave Maruki the power, or he, like Joker, had a bit of a wild card thing. Again, this is something we need Lavenza for. Fucking hell.
If we're going to fight Maruki, we'd better dig up some more intel on him first.
Good day.
Oh, speaking of needing help.
This is Lavenza speaking.
Huh?
Your will of rebellion has reached new heights.
You have gained level 11. You can now speak to me over the phone.
We would like to aid that will, if you find it agreeable.
Yeah, you're the one who can answer all these questions. Thank you, lady.
Wait, how is she even calling you?
I mean, Caroline and Justine called me once.
And how'd she know how high our wills are? Did she tap your line or something?
She's a velvet attendant. You don't think she just has a fucking magic phone? Or she doesn't even have a magic phone. She probably just touches her finger against her ear and goes, I'm speaking to whomever I want to speak to now. Deal with it.
Her timing was just too perfect. Maybe she actually did.
Look, the fact that she can instantly kill us all by opening a book probably tells me she can do whatever the hell she wants. I'm not going to question it.
I have performed no form of electronic surveillance whatsoever.
See, she could even hear Ryuji through a phone that's not on speakerphone.
Apparently, she can hear you.
Yes. See what I mean? Every Velvet Room attendant can do some strange things. Sometimes it involves killing people, like Elizabeth would. Sometimes it just involves tampering with reality in such a way that they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And some people, like Caroline, just hit things with a stick.
There's something I wish to tell you regarding your current situation.
Oh god, that helps.
However, I'm reaching the limit of my communication ability with this method. Let us meet in person tomorrow.
Oh, that'll help.
It would be best for me to select a location considered easy to reach by all parties. Therefore, let us convene at your school.
And if you're wondering, I'm betting she can make it so that nobody even knows you're there.
At Shujin? Wait, she'll be at the school? Lavenza will?
In that case, I'll see you tomorrow.
She hung up.
Is she really gonna go to our school? Just walk through the front gates like nothing?
You saw what she could do. I'm sure she's fine.
I'm not sure what to make of it, but since we've determined our goal and Lavenza's offered to help us, I'd call that progress of some sort.
Yes, the only problem I find is that as powerful as she isn't part of our party. Because as good as Akechi and Sumire potentially are, Lavenza would basically break the game with a baseball bat made of pixies and bananas and whatever the fuck. Why did I say bananas? I have no fucking... But you know what I mean.
All we have left is whatever we discuss tomorrow at school, plus whether or not we're going to team up with Akechi.
Considering what he told us, really does seem like we share an end goal with Akechi, but...
Seriously, I'm stuck on the pixies and bananas thing. Is that gonna be my title for this fucking episode?
Well, I think we ought to team up.
Are you sure?
Dr. Maruki's strong enough to change reality itself. If we're gonna fight him, we're gonna need Akechi's help.
Plus, if he does betray us again, We'll just take him out too.
Guess that settles that.
Let's all meet at Shujin tomorrow. I'll take care of figuring out how to get Yusuke and Futaba in the school.
Hide him in a laundry cart?
I appreciate the effort. Thank you.
All right, let's head home for now.
Sounds good to me. I've honestly spent way more time recapping things than I thought I would. But I suppose that works for an episode for the week. I'm okay with that. So we didn't do a whole bunch of crap.
I should write something.
But we also recapped a bunch of crap. And now we know that Lavenza is going to meet us in person. Oh boy. Pixies and bananas for everyone. I'll see everybody next time.